Yeah, give it all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, double honors, Apostle Oscar Millstone, the Ruel. Salutations to Akim, teacher word, spirit and truth. Blessings to the elect. And the one fellow Israelite scattered worldwide appears to be saved. Alright. I'm nil by mouth at the moment. My mouth is so dry, man. I want to drink. I did say to the nurse, the anaesthetist said, oh, you could drink an hour before the operation. And I did say to that, but then the nurse said, she said, oh no, they're ready for you now, this, that, and the other. 2 hours, they still haven't come. So I thought, let me just do a little video. Now, sometimes when you are oppressed, all right, as we are, what happens is, what's happening around the world is that in order for the states or the countries to control its citizens, they recruit more police officers, judges, security guards, etc. For example, in America, and I've showed it on many videos, I think it was about 7-8 years ago, the Homeland Security bought 1.6 billion rounds of bullets. All right, enough to kill every American 7 times over. All right, and that's getting ready for Jacob's trouble. So when you see these Hispanic and black Native American cops, all right, they're more or less on the side of the oppressor, because they have to sign up. They have to be in agreement with that oppressor. They have to be in agreement with the government, the laws, everything. And basically, if you work in the police force, there has to be some kind of trust there. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of their ways. So we're not supposed to be choosing any of their ways. We're not supposed to walk, like that film Jungle Book. I want to walk like you, talk like you. We're not supposed to do that. But if you look at us now, we are the mirror image. You blacks are just like what's the word? You're like brown skin crackers. Now watch this video. I found this quite entertaining, but quite practical as well, showing you these bad policies. Right?
For me, your IDs. If you live here,
I'm not providing you nothing, man. Matter of fact, get off my property right now if you don't have a search warrant.
Sir, I'm
asking you nice.
And I was asking you nicely as well.
Hey, sir, all I'm saying, if you don't have a search warrant, paperwork to be on my property, what crime do you suspect me of committing?
The only crime that I have right now is y'all failure to identify.
Okay, 38.02, failure to identify. One must already be under arrest for a crime that he has committed. What crime have I committed?
Failure to identify.
No.
In another example of many in pathetic policing, these two officers show how they try to manipulate citizens to give up their rights.
That's not a crime.
See?
That only becomes a crime.
Now look at this officer. This officer is an Israelite from the Northern Kingdom, but he's been brainwashed. All right, because he's choosing the oppressor's ways, because he's working for the oppressor. All right, and we all do, but he's doing the worst one, being a policeman. All right, but notice the Edomite policemen. Look at their faces, because they know that they're doing something wrong. All right.
Once one has already lawfully, be quiet. Let me educate this one. You hear me? Let me educate him. 38.02, failure to identify, only becomes a crime when one has already been lawfully arrested for a crime. Let me give you an example, sir, since I don't know who you is.
What about detained?
Huh?
What about detained?
What am I being detained for?
You were detained because you were Suspicious activity.
No.
where they clearly game planned how this would go, but unfortunately ran into a man that does not surrender his rights so easily.
No, what penal code? You gotta name a penal code that I've committed. That is the crime. Name a crime that I committed. You hear me? Name a crime that I committed other than being black and walking down this driveway.
You were detained for suspicious behavior.
Walking out.
Hey, Shoemaker. Shoemaker, don't do that, brother.
Peep the look on his face. He knows what he's saying is BS, but the kerfuffle ensues when he doesn't get his usual way.
I'm finna show you guys, because you're dealing with the wrong one. That's why you guys mad at me, because you won't be able to handle me like you handle the other ones. Because I'm on top of my game. I know you see the gold teeth, the tattoos, and immediately think I'm another plain, normal, regular black guy. No, player, wrong one. But let me educate you guys today. Texas Penal Code, failure to identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refused to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person. I am not under arrest. Once you show me that you have a legitimate reason to believe that I have committed a crime or I'm in the act of committing a crime, you know, you gotta name a penal code. What penal code do you suspect me of breaking? What crime have I committed? For you be in my yard and to be with me. You hear me?
Suspicious.
They have nothing. That is the point.
This officer told me I look suspicious, man. I look suspicious. Walking in my own, I'm just walking down the back. I'm walking down the driveway right here down to the backyard, right? When the officer right here was passing by. This officer right here was passing by. And when he seen me, he turned around and came back. And I looked up, he already in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? I got signs. He immediately stated that he seen the no trespassing sign.
That's correct.
He's agreeing with me. He's seen the no trespassing sign and took it upon his business because he seen a black guy, I guess it's such a nice looking house, that we weren't supposed to be there. He's trespassing. He's looking to try to take something from me. You hear me? I violated no law. I haven't breached the peace. I've done nothing wrong. And he's here asking me for my information.
Yeah, that's all I need.
And I don't have to give that to you if I've done nothing wrong, sir.
For a suspicion that
Suspicious of what?
of being at this property.
This is proof right here, Marlon,
Wow,
of what we're dealing with. This is proof what we're dealing with. We got people in charge of us who don't even know the laws themselves. But I'll quote them for them. You hear me? I'll quote them for them and let them read them. You hear me? Yes, look at them.
This is sad.
Yeah, now, you see that? That's what happens when you envy the oppressor and then you choose his ways. That's what happens, man. And that Israelite guy, what's it called? This Israelite guy was not destroyed, all right, for a lack of knowledge, like the majority of our people. The majority of our people, they don't know those penal codes, nothing. So they just, they'll just take that harassment, man. Okay? But he wasn't, man. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. See, he had knowledge of the penal codes, and he stood up for it himself. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also shall reject thee. Okay? And really it's talking about knowledge of the Bible, but at the end of the day, the environment we're in is so hostile towards us. You have to try and know those things. Even me, there was a program that I recorded about rights of young black men being stopped and searched. And it went through all the things that you could say, your rights and so forth. And that's something that when I come out of this place, the hospital, I'm going to watch again. I recorded it. I kept it recorded. Alright? I will reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing as you've forgotten the law of thy God, I also shall forget your children. Alright? So that's why your children are being shanked, shot, stabbed, harassed by the police. Okay? But that guy, this is that guy in here, he had knowledge, man. Alright? He had knowledge, and he used that knowledge to confound the police. And that's why people like this coconut over here, this
and quite depressing. A dude doing nothing wrong, and the police trying to fabricate a story for a man to waive his rights. And they wonder why there is such distrust.
Yeah. Did you have a search warrant to come on my land, my property?
Sir, what's your name again?
Am I free or am I being detained?
Well, I just want to know your name.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're free to go.
Well, I don't answer questions.
Okay.
You have a nice day. Yeah.
That's
and
right.
You see?
They really tried to be slick to get this guy to give up his info.
Now look at it. Now I don't want to give him a name. He just gonna leave. I thought I was doing something wrong. If I was doing something wrong, why are you leaving away so quick? Huh? Yes.
Hey, sir.
Why am I leaving away so quick? What's your name again, sir?
I'm Officer Ortiz.
Officer Ortiz?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is what we're dealing with, Marlon. You hear me? We got people like him who don't even know the law themselves. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, officer. Uh-huh. Yeah, got him. Got him, boss. Hey, Jack, that's how you gotta handle him.
The penal code the uploader cites was the following. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person and requested the information. A person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false or fictitious name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person, lawfully detained the person, or requested the information from a person that the peace officer has good cause to believe is a witness to a criminal offense. And then, of course, it lists the misdemeanors on the website. The Texas State Law Library added on to this with a simple question. Do I need to show a police officer my ID? The answer, Texas law only requires that you show your ID to a police officer under certain circumstances. These circumstances include after you've been arrested, when you are driving, and when you are carrying a handgun. The police officer's job, besides protecting and serving the public, is to make arrests. In fact, some police officers are tasked with arrest goals or arrest quotas that they are expected to achieve each week. As a general rule, if a police officer doesn't suspect you of a particular crime, you don't have to answer questions or submit to a search. However, if you consent, that is, you agree to talk to a police officer or agree to be searched, the info provided can be used against you or against others. The ACLU noted this is dependent on which state you live in. However, you have the right to remain silent. For example,
There you go. So, hey, that's what's sad about what's it called? What's happening today? The police, they don't have what's the word? It could be a white policeman, but they might have a black policeman with them, but it doesn't matter that that policeman is black or Asian or Arab or whatever. If their environment and their institution is discriminatory, it's right. Alright. If their environment or their institution is discriminatory, then that's gonna rub off on you. Alright. That's why you gotta keep away from those places. Let's see now. Alright. Proverbs 11, I think it is. 11. Okay, Proverbs. Let's see. 11:21, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. So that you saw that cop was what's it called? That cop was the Latino one was hand in hand with the Edomite one. All right. The ones of you Israelites that are in this enemy's police force, the devil's police force, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to be destroyed. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So you ain't gonna be delivered, man. Alright? And you saw what that said on that program that I just showed you. It said that they've got to get a quota of people. And who, so they have quotas. That's the same with the Bolton, what's it called? Baltimore, that's it. The Baltimore Gun Trace Task Force. They were robbing, and this is a police unit, but it was headed by an Edomite guy, and the second in command was another Edomite cop, and then all the other cops were all our people, and they followed, man. All right, and they were robbing people, they were stealing money, you know, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. All right, they got caught, they got exposed. The top guy, he's got 25 years. The second guy's got 18 years. One black guy's got 18 years. The other ones had 8 years, 9, 7 years, because they admitted to their crimes. All right, so you following this devil, you're gonna be destroyed with this devil, man. All right, because he's a devil. All right, let's go to Isaiah. All right, because that's an unrighteous decree. We have to put many people. I mean, you saw the Edomite guy's face. He couldn't even look the guy in the eye, man. You know. Well, all right. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And that's an unrighteous decree, stopping people for no reason, making quotas for arrests, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. See, verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment. See, they spent all that time on that guy who was innocent with the, what's it called, you know, they spent about 10-15 minutes with that guy. He was innocent. A crime could have been committed. A woman could have get raped, or there'd been a murder around the corner, and they didn't do nothing. They're wasting time with this guy. All right. So Isaiah 10:2, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. And that's what they're doing with this stop and search, or in America, they call it stop and frisk. You know? And there's a demonic group that is saying they were for it. And I can understand why they were saying that, because our people are hard-headed and wicked. But would you like your dad or your mum to go to work and be stopped by the police for no reason? No. If they're not doing that to other groups, why should they do that to us? All right? And to take away the right from the poor of my people. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take away his rights, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. You see? So you have to understand that this system's against us. So you Israelites that are cops, all right, like Officer Ortiz over here, all right, you either come into this truth or be destroyed, man. All right, because you're either a part of the solution or you're a part of the problem. You're either with Yahushai or against Yahushai. Done. All right. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Chris Earl's Great Millstone. That rule well. Salutations to the architects, words say in truth. And blessings to the elect and 1/3 of Israelites scattered worldwide. Please be saved. Shalom.